Shalom everyone, it's called Torah, and today we will discuss Parashat Toldot that we will read this Shabbat. In this parasha, the Torah describes to us these two little babies, Yaakov and Esav, Jacob and Esau, who grew up to be teenagers and then adults, and then the Torah describes their characteristics and even their external appearance. There is something very interesting at the beginning of this parasha that I would like to discuss with you. When we read the verses, the psukim that describes Esav, it seems to be that he is the one who has the charisma. He is the active one. He is the courageous one. And why do I say that? Because his occupation, so to speak, was that he was a hunter. Ish tzayid, ish sadeh. He is a hunter. He is the man of the field. And definitely in ancient times, he does not have a rifle. He goes probably with a spear, with a sword, or with a knife, and he goes and he hunts and he is in the fields. And when we look at Yaakov, he is an ish tam yoshev oalim. He sits in the tent, he maybe reads a book, he maybe helps a little bit in the kitchen, but he is not the person that we would think that has the ability to take leadership positions, that can lead with charisma, with courage, and show leadership to others. However, our rabbis already taught us that al tistakel bakankan ela bema sheyesh bo. Don't look only on the cover of the book. Look inside. So what I would like to do is to try to analyze a very interesting conversation between Esav and Yaakov. Esav came back from one of his hunting trip, and he's very hungry. And Yaakov cooks something, and Esav says, "Give it to me." And Yaakov says, "I will, but you need to sell me your rights for the firstborn rights." And Esav says, "Okay, I'll give it to you." But then the discussion says the following. It says, "Vayivez Esav et habechora," and Esav basically dismissed, looked down upon his rights to be the firstborn. Why is it? What was exactly the conversation? Our rabbis teaches us in the Midrash that the conversation was the following. When Yaakov says to Esav, "I want you to sell me your rights as a firstborn," Esav says, what exactly it means to be the firstborn? What do I get out of it? So Yaakov says to him, according to our sages, is, look, you're going to be probably in the leadership position, you're going to be probably a priest or a Levite, and you will need to serve at the temple. You will not be able to exactly drink wine whenever you want. You will not really have a territory in the land of Israel. You will need to be more of someone who serves God. So Esav says to Yaakov, and I'm asking you again, so what am I going to get out of it? So Yaakov says, you're going to be closer to Hashem, you're going to be his messenger, you're going to try to connect between him and the people. And Esav says to Yaakov, I'm asking you for the last time, what do I get out of it? And Yaakov says, I just told you. And Esav says, if that's the only thing that I get from being a firstborn, I don't need it. Take it and give me the soup. When we think about this conversation, according to our sages, there is a tremendous lesson. Yaakov was talking about responsibilities, about true leadership. True leadership is not what do I get out of it, but is how can I help the people. Yaakov took one example of leadership, the priests or the Levites. When they were designated to be God's servants and our messengers, it was not for them, it was for us. That's where Esav and Yaakov go separate ways. Esav looks about what is my benefit, what is good for me. And this is the only thing I am willing to work for. Where Yaakov looks at that from a totally different perspective. It's not only about me, it's not that it's nothing about me, but it's not all about me. It's about how I can build a family, how can I build a nation. In addition, Esav, and it is already in his name, from the word asu, he is already made. He does not think that he needs to develop himself. He does not think that he has a way to go. He does not think that he has more to accomplish. He is already made. He is already successful. He's active. He's the man of the field. He's a hunter. He is great. Where Yaakov says, I'm not great. I have a lot of things to do in order to become great. I am Yaakov now. I will become Israel. I will need to go to Egypt. I will be enslaved. Then I'll come back to Israel. Then I will be expelled. Then I'll come back. I still need to develop myself because I am not made of yet. I am someone that needs to work on myself to become a better person. That's where Yaakov and Esav again separate ways. So what's the lesson for us, the children of Yaakov? We understand first that leadership is first and foremost is responsibility. Is the understanding that we take leadership positions, not only to advance ourselves and our own name and family, but it's about the people, and it's about God. It's about greater goals than what it's just us. And the second message is that we know that we need to develop ourselves. We are not just made the way we are and that's it. If you have someone who says to you, oh, I am great, I have nothing to change, there's probably something more than little that this person needs to change. We believe that we always can grow. Good is wonderful, but great is even more. We always aspire for great things, but we know that they require work and efforts. And this is Yaakov's way of leadership. We are willing to make the commitment. We are willing to make the sacrifice. We understand that leadership is not only for myself, but it's for a greater goal that will benefit all. Thank you.